Hey yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another banger on Believers Records, man. Y'all know how we do. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you a couple things that you can actually do with the EQ to improve your mixes. But before we actually get into that, man, I gotta speak about something that's actually been lying hard on my chest, bro. I just gotta let it out, bro. So there's a lot of dudes out here really coming at me, man, hating on me for no reason, bro. Like me just being out here making these videos and actually helping people out here. Some people just feel like it's wrong, like it's not. Hey man, I really have no words for that. But if you really feel like you don't like my videos, bro, like you don't really have to come here and watch my videos. No one's actually forcing you to do that shit, bro. Like I'm really out here trying to make a move and shit. No one's forcing you to watch my videos, bro. Like if you feel like you don't like my shit, fucking leave, bro. Like I'm not really forcing anyone to watch my videos. So you don't have to like, do all that shit and just go in the comments and just say all that shit, bro. Listen. I don't have time to deal with shitbags like that. I don't have time to deal with crappy energy and crappy niggas like that. Niggas coming at me. You don't even know me, bro. Like, I understand this is YouTube and there's a lot of cyber bullying and all that. But nigga, if you really don't like my videos, bro, you can fucking leave, bro. I'm not really forcing anyone to watch my videos. So I'm not really out here to, to impress anyone. I'm just really out here to do my job. And I feel like God gave me this stage. God gave me this life, this form to actually, actually come out here and make a change and try to help people. But some people just feel like it's what I'm trying to do out here is just, like for them, it just feel like there's some people that they just have to like kind of hate, bro. Like that energy that you use on hating on people, bro, just use that fucking energy and go fucking make your life better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have time for that. All right. I just wanted to say that. So with that out of the way, man, let's go ahead and just get into the video. So I want to tell you guys, I want to show you guys a couple things that you can actually do with the EQ to actually improve your mixes. But before we actually get into that, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you actually subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time when I drop you bangers like these. And also, guys, if you like this video, kindly like the video, okay? And if you don't like my videos, bro, fucking leave, bro. I'm not really forcing anyone to follow me here, bro. You gotta... All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna be using this beat that I made in the last cook up here. Let's just play that beat. So one of the main things about the EQ is that you can actually split the whole frequency into 3. So let me just go ahead and open the EQ. So here's the EQ here. So you can actually split the highs, the lows, and the mids. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I have one here. So right now we're listening to the lows of that frequency. It's like 90 and going down. Then we have above 90. All right. So now I want you guys to hear the low mids of that frequency. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just all right. So that's the low mids of that frequency. So let's go ahead and hit the mids of that frequency. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this all the way up here. Take it to the mids. All right, that's the mids of that frequency. So let's go ahead and listen to the treble. The treble and the high mids. So one thing that you actually have to understand, the EQ gives you a lot of room to actually give some of the frequencies space to be dominant in places where they're supposed to be. For example, like if we have the kick, so let's check out the kick here. All right, I don't know what the fuck. All right, actually put the, sorry about that. Go ahead and just delete this. Put it here. Again, here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just solo the kick so you guys can hear the kick. All right, just the kick, bro. All right, that's a kick. So what you can do is with a kick like this, you can go ahead and just give it some room. So you can go ahead and just cut some of the highs if you feel like that's what you actually want to do. You know, that goes back to like training your ear, like I said in my previous video. So you have to kind of like train your ear so you can actually understand some of these concepts. So, but if it was for me, like with a kick like this, I don't think it would actually cut, because I feel like some of the highs in this this kick actually do play a big part in this. So what you can do is you can use the EQ to actually kind of boost the places where you want to boost. So for the kick, mostly you want to boost around 100, between 100 and 110. You gotta. And let me just say something. I have nothing against the EQ for FL Studio. I just like I prefer the fat filter, because I feel like it gives you a lot of room to actually listen to that frequency that you're actually boosting without that frequency being harsh to the ear. So let's say, for example, let me go ahead and open the fat filter EQ. So let's say, for example, like this kick right here, right? So say you want to boost right here, right? So before you actually boost it, it gives you time to actually listen to that frequency and actually know what that's the frequency that you actually want to boost. So that's, I can hear here. Around 107. All right. Now you can just take it down. Okay. So that's one of the few things that you can actually do with the EQ. Another thing is, let's say if you have the bass, you can go ahead, let's just solo the bass. There's a bass in this. So the same thing, it gives you a lot of room to actually boost, like for that specific instrument, like it gives you space to actually go boost some of the frequencies, the places where it's actually more dominant. So for example, for the bass, it's mostly on the lows. So you want to boost around the lows, but sometimes you can actually boost around, you know, the high mids and the mids and all that. But it's mostly active on the lows. I don't know whether it's the right word I'm actually using. I'm supposed to use, sorry. I don't want to mislead you, bro. All right, let me. So you can see it's more, as you can see on the EQ here, right? On the spectrum, it just shows you like it's more active here on the lows. So it's nice to actually, sometimes I feel like it's also nice to boost when it comes to the bass, to boost around the low subs. That's where mostly the bass is. So even when you actually there's something that I actually missed when I was talking about the kick. So sometimes it's actually better to actually just cut some of the places that you feel that you want to leave space for other instruments. Is that what I'm supposed to say, man? You want to leave space for other instruments. So let's say the kick, right? You want to cut around 24. From 24, let's go ahead and cut this all the way from 24 here. Okay. So now you live in this room here for the bass, okay? Also goes back to the vocal. Sometimes you might have frequencies that go all the way to the high mids, but I feel like sometimes it's actually to just, you know, cut out some of that frequency and just leave space for the vocal, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my own perspective. Like in mixing, there's no rules to it as long as you get the job done, you know what I'm saying? So as for me, I feel like it's better to actually leave the space here. All right. And then now when it comes to instruments, you got to know when to boost, bro. So that's the reason why I was actually talking about the fab filter EQ. I feel like it gives you, because you know some instruments can actually be harsh to the ear. So I feel like the fab filter EQ gives you a lot of room to actually listen to that frequency before you actually boost it. So let's say like the 4,000. Like let's say you want to boost around 4,000 here. So let's listen to that. So I'll put it back in one. Just I don't want to open so many keys at the same time. Okay, why is it not playing? Okay, let's use this one. Let's go ahead and take this down. See, like, all right. So as for the second here, like around 3,000, 3,500. It's more dominant around 3,500, the frequency 3,500, and it's not really harsh to the ear. But let's say if we use the FL Studio like EQ. Let's see how that sounds. Can be quite harsh to the ear. Okay, so that's why I advise to actually use the fab filter EQ. So yeah, man. So and also you can actually do a couple things. You can do some effects with the EQ. You can play around with it. So let's say like this, you don't want to hear the whole thing. Let's say you just want to hear the mids, especially when it comes to like R&B. A lot of people like to cut some of the highs and some of the lows, sorry, and some of the mids. Okay, some of the high mids and some of the lows. So let's say like if you just want to hear that. So, all right. And maybe you want to put a piano on top of it or some shit like that, you know, like that. So yeah, man. So those are the couple of things that you can actually do with the EQ to improve your mixes. Maybe I will make another video on other things that you can actually do with it, but for now that's all I can think of to actually help you guys. So yeah, that's it, man. So if you actually found this helpful, make sure that you actually subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time when I drop you bangers like these.